Yo, and how's it going, Appleby? How's it going, guys? How you all doing today? I hope you're doing well, right? Hope you're doing well. So, for my members, this is going to be the second video out today. You get this build video early, and then the patch notes, which is an hour and 3-minute long video. Guys, if you haven't taken a look at that video yet, and you're watching this, yeah, definitely go check that out. I don't know which order I'm doing them in, but anybody who isn't a member will be seeing this after that video is out anyway, and I basically go into full detail about the patch notes and my perspectives from like a full PvP 1vx perspective, and I just pick out everything that I think is important, and I kind of go in depth why about that. That's why it's so long, but yeah, I definitely hope it's helpful for you guys anyway. Right, but today we're doing the second STAM DK build of this patch. Right, we did the bow build, and now we're doing the sword and board build, and I won't lie to you guys, the bow build is stronger. The bow build has higher potential, higher ceiling available to it when doing 1vx's. However, the sword and board build does better in some areas that the bow doesn't. For example, like 1v1's better, so it's not the best 1v1 because obviously do-wield DKs, in my opinion, with fossilized and stuff. That is best 1v1 setup. But this, when you got Nightblades going in stealth, or bombers all around you, snipers, it's easier to press block. It's much, how to say, it's much easier to play. My bow build takes a lot more skill to get into, and I've noticed some people saying they're having some issues with it because, you know, it is got a high skill ceiling. But when you get it, obviously it's good. But this one is a much easier build where you can just jump into, do well in 1v1 situations and do well outnumbered situations. Difference is when you get so swarmed in 1vx situations, it struggles to get out of the swarm. Like if you're really stuck, whilst on the bow build you can just do a few roll dodges and be out of there quite easy. That's the kind of main difference with that. However, it stands and holds its ground very well. So what if we do, let's get into the build then. Right, so we are running the Serpent Wonderstone, 310 stamina recovery. Doing this a bit backwards. With the RTM, take away food, max health, stamina recovery. Let's go up here. 64 points into stamina. Now on the back bar, nearly 15k magic, 29k health, 27k nearly stamina, 1.8k stamina recovery with 27. Actually, we'll just buff up. 1 minute. We'll buff up. And we buff up with my regular pods. There we go. All right. 2.4k stamina recovery with 4,600 weapon damage. 3,300 spell resistance, 30,000 physical resistance, 2.9k crit resistance. Then on the front bar, still same stamina recovery, 4.7k weapon damage. Then we go down just to 29,900 spell and 26.6k physical with 2.4k crit resistance. Right, and then nearly 27 of each magic health and stamina. Right, and 7k physical resistance. Okay. Going into the potions then, these are important, right? So your main potions for this build are going to be these ones, right? So max magic, max stamina, and minor heroism, right? Because we're getting that ult regen on this build. And the ones I switch to, if I'm not running them, are max health, stamina, physical resistance, because I like my physical resistance. Then on top of that, we got standard tripods, health, magic, and stamina. And then in some situations I do still use these, so knockback immunity, major expedition, and stamina, and you'll see them all on my bar there. So major expedition, tripods, physical resistance, and then the minor heroism. So I cycle them on the situation needed. But for you guys, I think probably you won't be needing these as much. I'd try to stick with these ones. If these are too expensive for you, go for these ones, and then switch between them and them. But these are really expensive, so, you know, physical resistance parts are just fine as well, and so I'll try. Right, let's get into the gear then. So 2-piece critical post and back bar, impen, defending, with a health enchant, that's important just because the stamina and magic don't do anything else. So health enchant, Vatashrine Maul 2-hand. On this kind of build, it works really well. Not the biggest fan of Vatashrine 2-hand, but it does slot in very well here, and I've been having a lot of fun with it. Sharpened Maul for the penetration, that's where we're getting our pen. If you don't know what the Vatashrine Maul does, it's powerful. That's what it does. Right. Balorgs. Now, Balorgs is, I've been switching back and forward, right? I don't think there's actually a single best set for monster set. So I can switch between Bloodspawn and Balorg. So Bloodspawn giving you the stamina recovery, so the weapon damage, and then the ulti regen paired with the heroism pods. You're doing those ultis quite fast. Sometimes I just don't feel it and I need the damage from the Balorgs. So when I'm out, like when I'm solo, Bloodspawn sometimes is a nicer slot on this build. And so Bloodspawn, Balrogs, just preference. You want to be a bit more offensive, a bit more defensive. It's both really good options. Then we're running Pariah. So we're running 5-piece Pariah, and 2 pieces Pariah need to go on the Jury. So 2-piece Jury Pariah here, because obviously 1-piece Malakath. 2-piece Jury Pariah, then Boots Pariah, Legs Pariah, and Chest of Pariah, which allows us to go medium critical post and medium critical post here. And I've only just switched this. I would put this I was doing this one in heavy because I was trying 6 heavy, 1 medium, and this was the only one I had. But I would put a stamina enchant here, so instead of having you know, a try here, I would have a stam here, right? 3-piece medium, 4-piece heavy, with I would have 2 stamina enchants as my enchants, right? And then as I was saying before, 1-piece reinforced, 1-piece well fitted, and the rest in pen. Okay. 1 stam recovery, 2 weapon damage, all infused. That is the gear done. Right, skills. So we got Race Against Time, gives us our speed, crit damage, and immobilization. We really need this to make sword and ball build work. We need a form of snare removal and speed, otherwise we're just going to be too slow. I have tried protective plate with the Bloodspawn way of doing it, and then having penetration Understone. That works as well. Really low stam recovery, really hold your ground kind of playstyle. Very difficult to play, and not what I recommend, but it is doable and it is kind of fun actually. Right. Fragmented shield. So we get our major mending, and then on top of that we get to activate this passive, giving us our minor brutality, increasing our weapon damage done by 10%, our weapon damage by 10% for 20 seconds, as well as, like I was saying, a major mending for increased healing by 16% for 6 seconds. Obviously that's really nice to have. Volatile armor, resistances. I use this morph not only to not only to pull people out of stealth, well that's the reason I run this morph, but we need an ability active, so we get 12% extra healing received whilst having a draconic power ability active. So having it active increases your healing received by 12%, never let it down, and then we also can pull Nightblades out of stealth instead of the little shield that you get from the other morph, which is nice. Cauterize, healing, spell critical, don't care about the spell critical, but the healing is really nice, and yeah. Nice overtime heal, keep it up. Same with Vigor, overtime heal, they pair nicely together with major mending, and sword, spell wall, ulti. I did try corrosive, wasn't the biggest fan of corrosive here. If you're running corrosive, you do run full, what is it? You go Bloodspawn for the ult regen. You do go down that route, but I still felt Sword and Board was really nice. I like the ability to reflect, cheaper, can pull out more. Yeah, that's my opinion on that. Did try Temporal Guard, it drove me crazy because on this build you actually do need a defensive ulti. So having a defensive ulti is so nice, so this just wasn't cutting it. The minor protection just didn't outweigh the fact that every time I use it, it breaks me and probably kills me, whilst mid teleporting back. So Sword and Board ulti is the one I went for. Right. Venomous Claw for the double dart. I say double dart because when you apply it, let's just go down here. When you apply it, you get the initial dart, and then you get the poison status effect. You see that 6-second one, or the 5-second. So you get the double dart for putting that up. Really strong dart there. And you see at the bottom, enemies hit by the initial hits are afflicted with the poison status effect. Executioner, we need the execution. You can go for the other morph if you want to, but I feel like this one is better just for taking down that single player, and I don't really see myself killing multiple players with the other morph, especially not after it got nerfed. I think 6 months ago to a year it got nerfed, so this one has been best in slot for a while now. Rally, we get our major brutality for increased weapon damage by 20%, then we get minor endurance, increasing weapon stamina recovery by 15% for 20 seconds, and then we get the big boy heal, so a lot of utility coming from Rally, definitely worth having. And then on top of that, when I activate it, every time I use, as stamina ability, you should see now every time I use stamina ability, I am getting a stack down the bottom there, 3, 4, 5, and then if I medium weave, I get a little explosion. So Rally is the buff that we use for Frenzy Momentum to do our 5 stacks. And now you'll see whilst I'm in combat, right, I'm using Vigor, just casually using Vigor, and if I miss Toxic Breath, it should actually do it if I miss Toxic Breath. It's bugged. But if you use any stamina ability, it should work. I think Toxic Breath is one of the bugged ones. That is getting fixed in the next patch. That should obviously work. But the main thing is when you're just in combat, you can press Vigor. That's weird. So yeah, they said in the patch notes that they need to fix some stamina abilities that aren't working. So obviously Toxic Breath that doesn't hit, yeah, if Toxic Breath doesn't hit, it's not counting. So I'd keep an eye on that, just figure that out for myself. But But yeah, really easy to build up and use. Right. Toxic Breath, like I was saying then, it gives us a nice straight up direct damage, nice dot to pair with Venomous Claw. On top of that, it gives us our Major Breach, reducing this physical and spell resistances by nearly 6k. Awesome. Dizzy Swing, there's nice upfront damage, especially with our penetration. Then it sets them off balance, and when they're off balance, you can either medium weave them or uppercut them again to stun them, or you can just go straight into a leap, which is awesome. You need your leap on this build. If you're not running a leap, you're a weirdo. I mean, some people like to run Dawnbreaker on DK. I mean, for the extra dot, what the fuck's wrong with you? You play fucking DK for leap. Like, let's be real. You get to fly through the motherfucking air. There's no greater feeling than that. When you leap into a Zerg, you feel like the most powerful motherfucker on this earth. Or at least in Tamriel. At least until they get back up as well. But still, awesome ulti, right? So that is these skills done. We want to champion points. The main ones I always say is Breakfall, reduction, reduce full damage by 35%, then Rationer for the extra food timer on Artarium. I would definitely run Liquid Efficiency on this build. I'm not actually running it, but I should be running it. I run Liquid Efficiency on this build so you don't go through those really expensive potions as fast. Steep Blessing for the movement speed out of combat, and then Gifted Rider for my movement speed. I've got my crafting ones in, I'm farming right now, but yeah, do as you see fit there, guys. On here, I have got, as my slottables, I have Duelist Rebuff, reduce my damage taken by single target attacks by 10%. So that's basically Crystal Frags, Uppercut, single target execute, what else? Overload, Spectral Bow, Incap, all that good stuff hitting me for charisma and damage single target, reducing it by 10%. Then I've increased healing by 10%, did test out this one, someone did recommend it to me, but I still found that Focus Mending was better for 10%, but this was definitely viable. The only reason I didn't decide to keep this on was because for this build I am running Survival Instincts, so I need to keep a negative effect on me, and this kind of counteracts that, and I just wasn't like how it was playing. However, if I wasn't running this, then there is definitely room for that in the build. Right. But I am running Focus Mending, and then up here we are running the Biting Aura, so increase my damage done with area effect attacks. That's Toxic Breath initial hit, that's Frenzy Momentum AoE damage, and then that is Leap as well. So all of them are hitting for 10% extra damage, and then increase your damage done with direct damage attack by 10%. So that's anything that isn't a dot, any damage that we do that isn't a dot. So you see here, you see this white number? That initial white number is direct damage, and then those other numbers down there, the orange numbers at the bottom, those are not being buffed because those are counted as Firmitage, damage over time. Same with that, you get that, what is it? I keep critting, but that number at the top there, that basically is your direct damage, and the other numbers are your bloody Firmitage, right? Okay, moving on to this one then. So, I do not have these two, so I've taken these two out actually. And I've gone for Rejuvenation for the recoveries, Survival Instincts for your favorite Sass effect, your core combat ability, so blocking, roll dodging, break free, all that good stuff is reduced. Then I've actually got Slippery, so basically it just breaks free automatically at no cost, which is awesome every 21 seconds. Now I was going to go for roll dodge. Basically this is every 30 seconds and this is every 21 seconds, right? And if we look at my stat sheet, right? If we look at my stat sheet, break free cost is 5,100, whilst roll dodge is 3,400. So I get more out. I save more by breaking free. What is it? 1,700. It's 1,707 more stamina saved. And also it's every 21 seconds, every 30 seconds. So yes, I'll be roll dodging or losing stamina when I roll dodge. I won't get the free roll dodge, but I break free a lot when I'm Xing. So I thought that I was saving more stamina by going that way. And then also, it also automatically breaks free. So I also like that when I was getting stuck in my break freeze, which was kind of nice as well. Juggernaut, while under the effects of crowd community, so after I break free, so after I automatically break free or use the mobility pot, I get 10% less damage reduction, or 10% damage reduction, whilst under the crowd control immunity effect. So that is basically my CP, guys. Yeah, and that is the build. Guys, I hope you found it helpful. If you did find it helpful, then please make sure to smash that like button. Drop a comment down in the comment section down below, because you know I always love to hear from you guys. And guys, if you want to see these builds on time or have any exclusive extra features I will be giving to my members, then make sure to hit that member button. I will be adding more member ranks. There will be one, I think, for either 199 or 299. I think I'm going to go for 199 for another members rank, but that's not going to have like exclusive videos and stuff. That's going to be a bit different. And then I'm going to do the 899 for like, the super supporters. But yeah, I'll have some different different ranks in there for you guys as well. But guys, make sure to go check out the Discord. We're nearly at, well, literally just about past 200 members in Discord now. Awesome guys over there, and you get to see when I'm going live and any updates on my videos. So guys, come join, talk to us over there. Great to have you. And then my Twitch link is also in the description. So come over there, follow me, and yeah, well, come and see if you like it first, and then hit follow. But yeah, guys, it'd be nice to have you over there. I love seeing you all jump in there. But right, if you're with you guys, I love you all. I love the Apple Army, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace out for now. Bye bye.